Hi guys and welcome to tonight's Facebook Live. That's probably a bit off-putting with the massive clap. My name's Frazer, Brookes coming to you live as always from Formby here in the UK in the games room here. Right, tonight I'm going to be talking to you about how to get massive duplication in your business. So for anyone, and mind the dogs going, I've got my sister, oh God. I've got my sister's, wow, that's difficult. I've got my sister's dog, so if he's kind of jumping up and around there and he's barking and he's shouting and he's screaming, then ignore him, if you can. Okay, so let's just have a little look, just in case you're just jumping on now, how to get massive duplication in your network marketing business. Now, I've been asked this question a lot over the literally a lot of times over the last week or so, maybe the last 10 days, maybe 2 weeks. So let me just jump over to my face again. Frazer, what is it that you're doing on Facebook Live? How are you getting all these things? How are you getting all these little different things around? How are you scheduling your Facebook Lives? How are you doing this? How are you doing that? Hey, can you send me the ebook that you wrote on how to build your business using Facebook Lives? Hey, can you send me the ebook that you wrote on how to hack the Facebook algorithm? Can you do this? Can you do that? So you'll see up here, it should say 2 free ebooks and live tech, theninjanetworker.com/access. If you go onto that site, I will literally show you right now, guys. You don't have to enter in any email information. You don't have to enter in anything like that. Okay? So you're going to come onto here, theninjanetworker.com/access. You're going to see this free access. Get my top 2 ebooks on how to build using Facebook and the technology I use for Facebook Lives. Simply click send to Messenger, and you're then going to get a message from me, which is going to give you access to those two ebooks, absolutely free. And then probably once I've got that, probably in the next maybe 2 or 3 days, I will actually send you the link how you can get the technology. Now it's super, super, super simple. Like really, really simple, but I wanted to mention that before we kind of crack on with that. So that's enough of the of all that sort of rubbish. You know, I don't really like doing all that. I like to just provide a load of value. So remember, you can click on that link whenever. It'll be there for the rest of time. Right, let's get into it. So, how to get massive duplication in your business. Now, before we kind of go into it, I want to just give some shout outs to some of you guys. Wow, there's a lot of people in here. So, Lloyd, Linda, Dee, good to have you here. Martin, Becky, Gina, Amanda, Francesca, good to have you here. Davina, Lauren, Priscilla, Bethany, Leslie, Ian, Anna, good to have you here. Sophie, Martin, Claire, Leslie, Steve, Miriam, Shannon, Sarah, Lisa, Gemma, Mary Kay, good to have you here. Deborah, Colleen, Davina, Colleen, Rhonda, all people going in the background. Lisa, Paul, Bethany, Jarka, Miriam, Sylvette, Paul, Deborah, Jarka, Suprani, Rebecca, Angie, Andres, Colleen, Sarah, Cecilia, Ruth, good to have you here. Bethany, Bryony. Okay, I could be doing this all night. Right, so let's get into it, like I've said for the first time. Now, I want you to write this down. In fact, I'm going to write it down with you. Where's my pen? This is what I want you to write down. Remember, as I always say, a short pencil is better than a long memory. You should know that by now. Short pencil is better than a long memory. So with that being said, this is what I want you to write down. It's not what you do. All right? I hope you can see that. It's not what you do. I want you to write that in massive letters. If you've got a piece of paper, get that down. Yeah, Angie, the dog's going absolutely nuts. You know, they're both Labradoodles. One's like super, super docile and one's just an absolute nutter. So, it's not what you do. And underneath that, I want you to write this. It's what you duplicate. Alright? It's not what you do, it's what you duplicate. Now, let me think about this for a second. The best system on the planet is McDonald's. Okay? The best system on the planet is McDonald's. Now, McDonald's, what do? They do burgers. When they started out doing burgers, obviously now, I'm a chicken nugget fan, to be fair. I'm just going to put it out there. 20 chicken nuggets, that's okay. 6 chicken nuggets, and that's all me. No, 20 chicken nuggets get in my belly. Anyway, so what's going to happen is they do hamburgers. They don't do the best hamburgers in the world. In fact, if I go to Tesco's and get, not the horse meat, if I go to Tesco's and get a burger, put it on the barbecue, I prefer that to the hamburgers that I can get in McDonald's. However, they duplicate it so much that they sell more hamburgers, more beef burgers than anyone else on the planet. All right? They sell more burgers than anyone else on the planet, and it's because they duplicate a system that works. Now, system, write this down. System stands for saving yourself. I know that's two words. I know that's one word, but hey, go with it. Saving yourself time, energy, and money. System is saving yourself time, energy, and money. If you don't have, yeah, and by the way, Maureen, 20 chicken nuggets hangover core, get in there. Right, saving yourself time, energy, and money. You have to have a system to be able to get massive duplication. If you don't, you won't succeed. All right. But before we go into that, I want to talk to you about the duplication don'ts. Now, these are things that you should not and cannot do, right? If you do these things, you will not be able to duplicate. If you don't duplicate, you won't create incomes. If you don't create incomes, you won't create residual income. If you don't create residual income, you might as well get a job, all right? Network marketing is all about creating residual income. So I'm going to change my pen a sec. So I reckon you can see there the bottom just about. We'll change the paper after this one. So, by the way, guys, if you like this information, feel free to share it inside of any groups you're in. Tag people below. Let's get this really, really cranking. For me, if I see good numbers on here, I get excited and I look to do more and more Facebook Lives. If I see the numbers dropping, I get sad, I get upset, and then guess what? I won't continue to do them because I don't like doing things that make me upset. All right? So let's crack on. So, number one, don't confuse people. Don't confuse people. A confused distributor does nothing. In fact, if you agree with me, give me a love heart. If a confused distributor does nothing, if you confuse someone, they will do nothing. A confused distributor does nothing. So if you go into them and you just absolutely blurt all over them, you just go absolute verbal vomit all over them, you go, information overload, they will do nothing. When someone knows, exactly, there we go, guys. Thanks for all the love hearts, appreciate it. It's true, guys. It's true. If you confuse someone, they'll do nothing. Next one. Don't show them advanced skills. All right? Show them literally, when they're first getting started, when your teammates getting started, what to read and how to write the list, as well as how to establish their why and their goals. That's it. They don't need to know anyone else. They don't need to know anything else. They just need to know. They need to know the book to read, which is a 4-year career, in my opinion. I'll explain that why another time. The 4-year career, and then how to write their list, how to kind of increase the list, how to get more people onto their list. All right? Very, very important. Okay? If you start telling them like really, really advanced stuff like, oh, this is what you can do. This is a really, really amazing strategy that you can do to advertise in magazines. What you need to do is you need to ring up Hello Magazine, and you need to get a photographer around, and you need to write this really good review, and you're going to put it in a double-page spread about how your network marketing business changed your life, and then you're going to wait for all the calls to call in. If you overload people with all this advanced stuff, they're not going to succeed. All right, next one. Don't promote the skills. All right. I want to take you back. I want to kind of give you an example with this. You guys know I love an analogy and I love an example. So feel free to share this if you're getting value from this. I want to kind of explain this to you. Now, imagine if I go into a job, I'm just starting a job and I'm a bit nervous, I'm thinking, oh, I don't really know. For example, I started the estate agency when I was 18 years old to be able to pay my way through university. My mum and dad weren't going to pay for me, guys. As soon as I hit 18, everything was my own. I had to fend for myself. So I went to this estate agent. I had no idea what I was going to do. I was shy, I was introverted, I didn't like speaking to people. One of my phobias was actually making phone calls like this, if you agree, if you've got a phobia like that. So I went in. Now, they said to me, right, you need to learn how to do this. Step one is do this. Once you've learned that, you'll move on to the next thing. Once you've learned that, you move on to the next thing. Imagine if I'd walked in and they'd literally just gone, bleh, and just told me absolutely everything that I needed to know about being an estate agent. This is how you do a follow-up. This is how you get someone to buy. This is how you send a letter to someone. This is how you show a house. This is what you need to do when you first meet them. This is what you should do. This is where you need to write the letters. This is what you need to do that, blah, 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 blah. I would just go, what the hell have I got myself into? And I'd probably be sick for the next 6 weeks. And I'd just probably say, listen, it's not for me. That's what I would do. However, if they sat me down and said, Frazer, we're going to be teaching you a few things step by step over the years, but in 5 years from now, you could be the manager of this store. And in another 5 years from then, you might be able to be the area manager of this chain. And in 5 years from then, you might be able to be the country manager of this estate agent. You'd be on 100 grand a year and you'd be absolutely killing it. Is that something you'd be interested in? I'd be like, yeah. Then I would do whatever it takes for me to be able to get the skills. So you're selling the vision. Network marketing, blurry eyes. So network marketing works the same way. You need to sell the vision before you promote the skills. How do you do that? The 4-year career. If you understand what I'm talking about and understand what I mean, give us a love heart. So I know you understand me and you're not just watching, Netflix on the side of watching this video. Okay, give me a love heart if you agree that you should promote the vision before the skills. So the 4-year career, it teaches people that after 4 years of hard work, putting in the skills and activity, you will get results to be able to potentially be able to fire your boss, quit your job, and work full-time as a network marketer from home. If you're in the UK, working outside in the garden like I have, that's maybe why I'm a little bit red at the top of my forehead, because that's literally a sun trap up here. So, with that being said, you want to sell you don't want to be promoting the skills. Don't go, right, you've just joined, you need to read Eric Worre, The Compound Effect. You need to watch Jim Rohn, the Jim Rohn Building Your Network Marketing Business. You need to read Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Richest Man in Babylon, Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers. You need to read this book, that. You need to then attend this event and do that and do that. No, don't do that, because they're gonna get totally off put instead of get totally excited. That's a massive one right there. Big one. Don't hype things. Don't say to guys, you will literally make 10 grand your first month if you just follow this system. Don't do it, because it's not going to be true. If you're watching this video right now and you think you're going to be making £10,000 in the next month when you just get started, you've got another thing coming. If you make 10 grand in your first month if you make 10 grand in a year in your first, if you make 10 grand a month, at any point in your first 12 months of network marketing, I applaud you, because that's unheard of in a lot of different companies and a lot of people. The first year is about you not doing what's going to confuse other people. The first year is about you getting your skills. Nobody in this planet has got a proper profession that requires a degree by learning it for 1 year. When I did construction management in John Moores University, way back when, which was probably a big mistake on my behalf, I had to do it for 3 years. I had to go to college for 2 years before that, and I had to go to school for God knows how many years before that. You need to learn the trade before you do it. Network marketing just gives you the opportunity to earn whilst you're learning, but you're not going to earn very much because you're an apprentice. We spoke about this a few videos ago. You're an apprentice when you start out. Okay, this next one is one that I want each and every single one of you to take on both sides of the accounts. Okay, so that made no sense, but don't leave them. And you probably don't hear me when I'm speaking at the board. Don't leave them. When you sponsor someone, they have the responsibility to take ownership of their business. They're an independent distributor, not a dependent distributor. But you have the responsibility as a sponsor, as an enroller, as an upline, to make sure they feel as comfortable as they can, and make sure they've got what they need to do, make sure they have the different parts of the system for them to be able to succeed. That's your responsibility. If you think this person's going to be amazing, sign them up and go, yes, I'm going to go to the beach right now, happy days. That was embarrassing. I'm going to go to the beach right now, happy days, right? Then guess what's going to happen? They're going to do nothing. They're going to do nothing because a lot of people will go, this guy hasn't really helped me. I thought he said to me that he was going to be building this business with me, right? Whereas you go the other end and you overhelp them, okay? You're like, listen, have you got your list done? Then you don't want to overhelp them because then you're pushing them, all right? So you want to everyone's dropping ha-ha emojis because I just look like an absolute muppet. But hey, guys, I'm full of energy. You can probably tell I get really, really passionate about this industry and doing it the right way. So those are some do-nots. Now, I hope that makes sense and not everyone's just like, wetting themselves for the next however many minutes. So the next bit is how to actually duplicate the 3 things you need to do to be able to duplicate and get massive duplication in your organization. Remember, duplication, and this is, I want to illustrate this, and I know I am Mr. Tangent. If I was what they call, if I was a Mr. Man, I'd be Mr. Tangent, because I love a tangent. I love one. So this is what you want to do. It all starts with you. You are basically the one who will make your business grow. It all starts with you. No one else will ever build your business for you. It all starts with you. It all ends with you. What you do will determine whatever happens in your business. Okay? Sorry for going really, really deep and really, really serious there. You will, and let's call someone here, Carla. Nice name. Carla. You will show, no, sorry, that's it, sorry. Just completely cut that up. You will teach Carla, okay? You will teach Carla how to teach Bob, right? You will teach Carla how to teach Bob to sponsor Jane. You will teach Bob, you will teach Carla how to teach Bob to sponsor Jane. Instead, right, I want you to understand you've got to go wide. You have to go wide to be able to build a massive income, because a lot of people will quit. You can't sponsor 4 people, and a lot of people say, oh, you only need 2 legs to build a massive income. Bullshit. Because you don't. You're never going to get 100% records. You're never going to get the, oh, if I get 2, I get 2, and they get 2. I have spat everywhere, sorry. And they get 2. 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 If anyone's watching this who knows anybody in network marketing who's had that happen to them, please tell them to contact me, because I want to know this magical, mythical formula that they've been able to do. The dogs are trying to get in there, right? It does not happen. 2 never get 2, never get 2, never get 2, never get 2. Your job is to obviously introduce more customers, more distributors, but teach them to help other people. If you teach to teach, you retire to the beach. Right? That's a very well-known saying. I think it might be Jordan Adler who says it in Beach Money. If you teach to teach, you can retire to the beach. This is why. Let's say you have taught Carla how to teach Bob to sponsor Jane. And let's say you literally, you go to the beach, you play golf, you are sick, you have to attend some family business, you have to do something, you have to take a day off, you have to do whatever. Carla knows how to teach Bob how to sponsor someone, right? Let's say you and Carla happen to go to the beach. Let's say not together. You and Carla go to the beach, right? You go to the beach, Carla goes to the beach. You're sick, Carla's playing golf. Carla's going shopping, you're out driving a nice new car, right? Bob still knows how to sponsor Jane. So you're creating a team of people who know what to do, not they are confused and they have no idea what they've got to do, all right? So take a screenshot of that or draw it out, whatever you're going to do on your piece of paper, because that is like a massive lesson. I learned that in Don Thaler's 45-second presentation, so shout out to that book, it's brilliant. Don Thaler, 45-second presentation, it might be 45 minutes. I think it's 45-second presentation, sorry, I've read so many books. All right, so let's get into it. Remember, system. So duplication. Step 1 is you need a system. If you're thinking there going, I don't have a system, call your upline, message your upline, go upline, and say, guys, what is our team system? What is our company system? What is the system that we follow? Because we need to be saving yourself time, energy, and money. We need to be doing things very structured. Everyone's doing it in unison. Bam, united, let's go. Right? So you need the system. Remember, system is saving yourself time, energy, and money. If you don't have a system, go find the person who's created one within your organization. But every company should have a system. If they haven't, they're probably creating one. all right? And if they're not, then ask your upline to create one because it's so, so important. Next step, DMO. Now, if you don't know what DMO is, it simply stands for Daily Method of Operation. Daily Method of Operation. These are certain activities that you do day in, day out. Day in, day out. Day in, day out. Eventually you create a habit, you do it without even thinking, and these activities lead to results. If you know me and you've been following me, then you know that my daily method of operation is my 5-step success formula. Obviously, step 1 is setting things up, which I don't do every single day. I don't lay a foundation of a house every single day. Although I would have if I'd done construction management and actually went into a degree. Anyway, providing value. You see me provide value every single day, whether it's in a group or my personal profile or via email or via whatever. So providing value, connecting with new people every single day, developing the connections of those new people, and then following up and closing. Those are the things I do every day. You could be generate leads, invite, do a presentation, follow up. Those things. You need to have a set of 3 to 5 things that you do every single day that you will teach as part of the system to be able to get duplication. And the last thing is build to events. That's it. If you're sat there thinking I can build my entire business and I can get absolutely massive, I can get a massive team without attending one event, you're kidding yourself. If your upline tells you you can, they're kidding you as well. All right? You have to be able to build events. Now, here's the way the industry's gone. Okay, here's what, it's a little bit different now. So this is the reason why. Not every event is a physical event. Not every event is a physical event. Now, a lot of people look at some companies and go, they used to have 5,000 people at their events, but now they've only got 500 people at their events. They're going down. No, they're not. It's just because people are building the business using the internet. A barometer of a company's success isn't determined by how many people are in the meetings, but the barometer of success of your new person is highly dependent on the amount of time they're sat in a new environment in the terms of a seat. So there are Zoom meetings, there are Skype meetings, there are webinars, there are coffee shops, let's just put coffee shops, there are hotel meetings. I don't think I missed any off there. Facebook Live meetings. Okay, now you need to build, so you're going to be doing things every single day. You're going to be doing something every single day, day in, day out, day in, day out. Take a little breather on Sunday if you need to, but day in, day out, following a system, all right, to be able to get people in front of a presentation. Maybe it might be on Zoom, Skype, on a webinar, to maybe meet more people in a coffee shop or a hotel, or simply get onto a Facebook Live within a Facebook group, because that's your team system potentially. All right? My dad's told me this, and he says, Frazer, your barrier, your kind of metric to success is this. Let's say there is a meeting, right? Circle meeting, very, 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 very strange. There's a circle meeting, and in that meeting, the first one you go to, there's 100 people. There's 100 people at that meeting. You go on your own, all right? So it's just you. You have 1% of the room, all right? Now, let's say the next event you go to has got 1,000 people there. For you to grow at the same rate as that meeting and that growth and that group and that company, you would need to have 10 people there. All right? So you need to know your numbers. You need to get it in your head. I need to make sure I grow faster than anyone else. That's how you go. So you're going to go, right, guys, they're expecting 500 people. We need to get 50 people at this event. We need to get 5 people at this event. We need to get 100 people at this event. Okay? So that's going to be 1%. So if you get 20, then you've got 2%. So you're growing and growing and growing. Guys, if you follow this, oh, sorry about that. If you follow this, you do, and I know it's 1, 2, 3, but if you do the same things over and over and over and over and over again, which are income producing activities, your daily method of operation, with following a system, building to events, you will be able to create an absolutely massive, massive organization. If you try and skip any of those 3, you won't. Simple as that. You ask anyone in the UK, anyone around the world who's blowing things up at the moment, They have a simple, duplicatable system where people know exactly what they do on a day-to-day basis, and they have events, whether they're Skype events, Zoom events, online events, hotel events, whatever it might be. There are more online events happening on a daily basis than there are, hotel events at the moment. That's just the way it is. So guys, with that, I'd love to ask you a favour. I actually did a video over on my fan page. So you can type in on the search bar Frazer Brookes, and it's my business page. So if you want the URL, it's facebook.com/Frazer Brookes page. I did a video of my dad's story. So I show everyone around the house in different rooms in the house. I tell him I show actually where he started, how he nearly quit, when he had a team of 10,000 people and ended up having just one person in his team, himself. The house progression that he went from his first house to his second house to this house you can actually see that I'm in right now. But also there's a lot of free value in there. So I would love it if you could go over there and you could just basically make a comment if you like it. Feel free to share it if you want. Give us a wow, give us a heart. I'd really, really appreciate that. But also next week, I'm going to be talking to you about how to close online. So how you can actually close your prospects without having to go meet them in a coffee shop, whether they're in, I'm in the UK and they're in Australia, you're in Australia, they're in America, you're in America, they're in Germany, whatever it might be. I'm going to show you how I do it and how I've been able to close it. As you guys know, I've been able to sponsor a lot of people and also refer a lot of people into network marketing as well, by being able to make a lot of connections, but also close them. Making connections is great, but being able to close them is better. ABC is always be connecting, but also always be closing in my eyes. So with that, also remember, don't forget up here, that you get if you click this, if not click on the video, but if you go to theninjanetworker.com/access, you'll be able to literally, without entering your name and email, you will just be able to press a blue button and you'll be sent the 2 free ebooks that I've done so far, but also in the next few days, I'm going to send you the exact technology that I use that's created this Facebook Live with the scheduling, so people can get sent reminders, with the screen sharing like this. You can see, boom, boom. You can play videos. You can add little images like this. You can see. You can do all sorts. You can create this graphic here. You can zoom it in. You can zoom it out. You can do all sorts. It's built for network marketers. It's incredible. It's extremely affordable. There's nothing else out there that's cheaper and better. So with that, guys, if you like this, feel free to share it. If you don't like this, don't share it. Give us a love heart. Give us a wow face, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Really looking forward to it. All right, guys, take care. Good night. God bless. Bye-bye.